All right, it says I am live. Sorry, I'm getting this set up. All right, so this is me setting up and doing this. Hopefully this works. Again, I'm gonna try and go over what I'm doing so that you guys have an idea what is happening. All right, so let's start from scratch. Everyone should know how to import. I'm not gonna really spend a lot of time on how to import, but I will do a debrief on that. So here's a shortcut to import. All right, shortcut to import is you're gonna hit Command I, okay? And you're gonna find your source, your device in which you're importing. So if it's if it's from your SD card, it's usually up top here under cameras. If it's from the server at the school or something of that nature, it's probably under devices. If it's from like your folder on your computer, like documents or downloads or something of that nature, it's gonna be under your name. And then there's a folder here. I know it's really hard for you guys to see that, but I'm mentioning certain things that you can go back and replay. Okay, and then if it's on the desktop, it's under desktop. Okay, so I believe I have all of my footage. I do. Okay, and so now I'm going to edit this footage. Okay, so I'm going to put the first clip that's there. Okay, and remember when I edit, I'm going to go take the clip from the beginning, press the space bar,
In the year
press I for starting the clip. So we're gonna do it again. Space bar, I.
In the year 1800,
Press the space bar
Thomas
again.
Jefferson and Aaron Burr were both running for president. When the votes were counted, it was a tie.
She ended that. I'm going to press E. So when I look at this, I have.
Hey Cougars, it's Reagan, and today we'll be talking about the election of 1800 and how it led to the death of the founding father, Alexander Hamilton. In the year 1800, Thomas.
Okay, so I have that clip. Then I'm going to go to the next clip. Okay.
To break the tie, it was up to Hamilton.
O, E. Okay, let's listen to the next one.
Burr and Hamilton were friends, but also enemies, while Jefferson and Hamilton were mutual enemies. No, wait.
Okay, that's not a good clip.
Burr and Hamilton were friends, but also enemies, while Hamilton and Jefferson shared a mutual hatred.
Okay, so that's a good clip. So we're going to take that again from the beginning.
Burr and Hamilton were friends, but also enemies, while Hamilton and Jefferson shared a mutual hatred.
O, so I had I, now O, now E. Okay, let's listen to the next one. I. Tough choice, bird.
Bird?
Yeah, or whatever you said. It's not like you said bird.
No, it's Burr. B-U-R-R.
Okay. Good. I need to know what I'm talking about. Ready? 3. Here we go. I.
This was a tough choice.
Okay, here we go. Take this next clip.
This was a tough choice because Burr never shared his beliefs This was
I.
a tough choice because Burr never shared his beliefs and I did. Oh my gosh. I almost had it.
Okay, she's messing up. I.
This was a tough choice because Burr and no. Oh my.
He never shared his idea. Hamilton, I guess.
Jefferson. Yeah. Hamilton definitely shared his ideas. He did. All right.
3, 2.
I. This was a tough choice because Burr never shared his beliefs and
Ideas or beliefs?
both.
Okay.
like stumbled on beliefs.
I just was trying to make sure I'm learning. It's been a long time. 3, 2.
This was a tough choice because Burr never shared his beliefs and ideas, while Jefferson had.
O. And then E. Again, next clip. 3, 2. I.
Jefferson was chosen to be president, and this upset Burr.
Let's do that again. Let's get that ending to be a little
And this
tighter.
upset Burr.
O. E. I.
Jefferson was chosen to be president, and
It upset somebody.
it upset Bird. It upset Bird.
So I messed up on that clip when I put that down there.
Burr.
Not bird.
Burr. Bird.
Ready? 3, 2. I.
Jefferson was chosen to be president, and this upset Burr.
O. E. 3, 2, 1. I.
He challenged Hamilton to a duel because this upset him.
Do it one more time. Camera move. 3, 2.
He challenged Hamilton to a duel because this upset him.
O. E. So as you can see, I'm getting my edits on the timeline.
During the duel, when they turned around,
I.
During the duel, when they turned around, Burr aimed his... No. It's Hamilton first.
Ready?
Yes.
3, 2. I.
During the duel...
Quiet outside. 3, 2. I.
During the duel, when they turned around, Hamilton had his gun towards the sky, while Burr had his aimed at Hamilton.
O. E. Ready? 3. Perfect shot. Because I would go boom.
Should I act like that?
But it's gonna go by because I don't want to say that's not allowed. It's just gonna be a bullet to go past you. 3, 2. I.
Before this was comprehended, they both fired their guns. I messed up on comprehended.
I.
Before this was comprehended, they both fired their guns.
O. E. I haven't heard this report in such a long time, so I didn't realize what everybody was editing. 3, 2. I.
Burr struck between Alex's
I.
ribs, and he was taken back home, where he passed away at his wife's side.
O. E.
This is one of the most popular duels in history.
O. E. Ready? 3, 2. I.
Well, Cougars, I hope you learned something.
I.
Well, Cougars, I hope you learned something today. Remember, I'm Reagan, reporting for CBTV.
O. E. Okay. Now, I'm going to add different things. I'm going to add B-roll. I'm going to add graphics. I'm going to add video transitions. I'm going to fix my audio. Okay. So I got my video on the timeline. Let's go ahead and let's work on audio next. Okay. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to go dual mono on all the audio on all the clips. Dual mono. Dual mono sets the clips to be on both channels, left and right. It also balances your audio. So you do that in the inspector section. You will go to your inspector and you will change your audio to dual mono. It's right next to when you click on the speaker in your inspector and you go down to dialogue, you change that to dual mono. It's first on stereo, you change it to dual mono. Because this lesson is on YouTube, I cannot really show much of the girl who's in this, which everyone has already seen her. Everyone that has access to this at this point or know about this. So I can't really give you guys full view of everything. But if you remember some of the things that I'm telling you, you can write them down so that when you go to edit, you can do that. So like I said, with the audio, you want to change your audio on your video to dual mono. You go to your inspector section and you go down to dialogue and go to dual mono. Okay. So now we have the audio for her speaking set, and we think we have it set. Remember, your audio has to be between -6 and -12. We're gonna play this.
Hey Cougars, it's Reagan, and today we'll be talking about the election of 1800 and how it led to the death of the
And
founding
pretty
father,
much
Alexander
it's
Hamilton.
between -6 and
In the year
-12.
1800, Thomas Jefferson
It's
and
right
Aaron
there.
Burr were both running for president. When the votes were counted, it was a tie. To break the tie, it was up to
It's
Hamilton.
right there. And so
Burr and Hamilton were friends, but also enemies.
the audio is fine. I don't have to
Jefferson
adjust
shared
that right
mutual
now.
hatred. This was a tough choice.
I'm gonna go
because
ahead
Burr-
and go in and bring in music. I'm going to fade my music in so that when she starts talking, the music comes in. The music is going to come in when she's talking. And actually, I'm going to put a slate. I'm going to put a slate at the beginning of my video. I'm going to put a slate at the beginning of the video. So I'm going to go to basic title. And I'm going to put a 5-second slate. And remember, you have to do the same thing. And I'm going to say reporter Reagan, camera, Mr. Walls, due date, report to, due date, whatever your due date is. So if you're December 14th, or for my advanced classes, December 7th. My intro classes, yours is December 14th and 21st. You put that due date, okay? So now I have my slate, and I'm actually going to start the music under the slate, like a second or frame within the slate. So it's gonna start off like this. Just listen, and I'll tell you what I did.
Hey Cougars, it's Reagan, and today we'll be talking about the election of 1800 and how it led to the death of the founding father, Alexander Hamilton.
So I added a fade onto the music. So I came down on the music bar down below. If I can do this where it doesn't affect anything, I will. But right down there, there is a bar. Don't know if y'all can see anything, but right down there, there's a bar that you can adjust the audio on this video. Now my tripod is acting ghetto. So I can adjust the audio on this video. Okay? So you take your mouse and you place it at the beginning of the audio track, okay? And you put it towards the end of that track, and it should change. Your mouse should change, and it'll be like two little diamonds or two rectangles. And when it does that, you want to change it so that it'll say fade in. You want to change it so that it fades in. And if you need me to come over to you to show you exactly how that works, I can do that. Okay. My music levels are at -18. My music levels are at -18. I could probably drop them down to probably -21. And that makes sure that she's louder versus the music. So let's play it now again.
Hey Cougars, it's Reagan, and today we'll be talking about the election of 1800 and how it led to the death of the founding father Alexander Hamilton. In the year 1800, Thomas Jefferson and Aaron Burr were both running for...
Okay, so far we can tell already that it's perfect. It's perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to add my graphics. I'm going to add my graphics. I'm going to go to the lower thirds. And I'm going to use paper. That's the one I'm going to use. I'm dropping it down to my timeline above the video. It has to go above the video. So Reagan, and then her position is reporter. And as I told you guys before, I want my text to look the same. So the text is called impact. Okay. So all my text is going to be the same. It's going to be either the black or it's going to be the orange. Okay. But it's going to be the same. So it's going to find basic title so that after we show her position and it renders, we're going to put up a text.
Hey Cougars, it's Reagan, and today we'll be talking about the election of 1800 and how it led to the death of the founding father Alexander Hamilton. In the year 1800, Thomas Jefferson and Aaron Burr were both running for...
So in the year 1800 is what I'm going to show. So 1800. 1800, I just typed that. Then I'm going to move the text over, okay? I'm going to go to View, Show, Title, Action, Safe Zone. Show, Title, Action, Safe Zone. So I went to View, that's up at the top of the screen. Show, Title, Action, Safe Zone. View, Show, Title, Action, Safe Zone. It's at the top of the screen to the right. Okay. What that does is give me a parameter in which I have to keep my graphics and my picture within. I don't want my graphics or pictures to go outside of this parameter. The parameter that I want to use is the yellow box rectangle, the first set. There's two. I want to use the first set. Okay. So the one in the middle is the first set that I want to use. I want to make sure all my text and my pictures stay within that parameter. Okay, so I want to put 1800. The text font, the font was impact. The color was black or orange. So we're going to go down to the inspector and we're going to go to face. We're going to go to face and we're going to click on orange. And then I'm going to actually put a drop shadow on it. I'm going to go to show. I'm going to put distance, make that drop shadow pop a little bit more so that the text is now 3D. Okay, so now I have that text in there. I think I'm going to try to put a picture in there, but we'll see if I have space for that.
Hey Cougars, it's Reagan, and today we'll be talking about the election of 1800 and how it led to the death of the founding father Alexander Hamilton.
So I want to put the election of 1800 right here. So I'm going to hit, if I've created a text and I have the look for the text already, why recreate? You can go copy, paste. You can copy the same text and paste it somewhere else and change what it says. I got my look, I have my color. Why reinvent the wheel when it's already created? So I'm going to copy this text, 1800, and I'm going to paste it where I'm going to put the election of 1800, right? So I'm going to change that. I'm going to place it somewhere else on the screen. And I'm going to type the election of 1800. Now I might need a generator to help that pop a little bit more. And I may need to change the size of this text because it's too big. And I will say I need a generator. So we're going to go and find a generator. When you go down under titles and click on generators, that's where you can pull the different generators for your text. I'm gonna blade this generator so I don't need the whole thing. I'm gonna click on the generator. I'm gonna click on transform. So I'm gonna click on the generator. I drop the generator down to my video. So it's above the video and it's under the text. So I still see the election of 1800, but I don't see Reagan. So I need to be able to see Reagan. So I'm gonna click on the transform tool, and I'm going to resize this generator. I'm gonna make it so that it fits the section in which I need it to fit. So I'm adjusting everything. That's why I'm quiet. In case you were wondering, what is Mr. Walls doing? Why am I sitting here watching a video where he's really quiet? I'm gonna see if I can get some of my other students to reproduce this video so that you can see it a little bit more better than what it is. And we could probably put it on Google Drive, but I wanted to give you guys something, okay? I can play with this generator and I can change the colors in this generator. That's ugly. I'm playing with the generator and I'm getting different colors in it. Maybe I ought to do this. So I'm playing around with the generators. Making things pop a little bit more. So it's a little bit something to play around with. Okay. So I have a generator and I have my text. So now I have this so far.
Hey Cougars, it's Reagan, and today we'll be talking about the election of 1800 and how it led to the death of the founding father Alexander Hamilton. In the year
So my generator stayed on a little bit longer than my text.
1800
So I need to
and
make
how it led to
sure.
the death of the founding father Alexander Hamilton.
And it also doesn't fade out. So I want to make sure everything fades out. So I put a crossfade, cross dissolve. I put a cross dissolve on my generator and on my text.
Talking about the election of 1800 and how it led to the death of the founding father Alexander Hamilton. In the year 1800, Thomas Jefferson.
I'm going to put a cross dissolve on my text that says 1800.
About the election of 1800 and how it led to the death of the founding father Alexander Hamilton. In the year 1800, Thomas Jefferson and Aaron Burr were both running for president. When the votes were counted, it was a tie. To break the tie, it was up to Hamilton.
Okay, so I want a picture of Hamilton. I believe I have that in here somewhere. So I took my picture of Hamilton. I'm going to place it off to the right of Reagan. To resize any pictures, you have to hold the shift key down and adjust the blue dots on the outside of the picture, and it'll resize it. If you don't hold the shift key down, you really pixelate your picture. So I'm going to place my picture to the bottom right corner near Reagan. Okay. And I'm going to put a cross dissolve on it. In order to grab a picture, you're going to go to Google Chrome or Safari. You're going to type in Google. You're going to search for the picture that you want. So Google Chrome, you have to use Google Chrome or Safari. Then you type in Google. When you go to Google, you're going to type in the name or whatever type of picture you want. And then you're going to go to Google Images. And then from Google Images, you're going to go to the picture. And when you get to the picture, you then right click on the picture. And to right click, you hit Control and the mouse at the same time. When you hit Control and the mouse, it gives you options. You save image. If you do it on Google Chrome, it tells you where you're going to save it, and it also tells you what type of picture you're saving. When you save it, make sure you save it in Documents in a folder. And then when you put it in Documents, you're going to import it from the Documents folder. I talked about importing a few minutes ago, and so you should remember that. Okay. Once you import it, it goes in your folder, in your event box. Okay. So we have several graphics, pictures so far just in the first part of the video.
Hey Cougars, it's Reagan, and today we'll be talking about the election of 1800 and how it led to the death of the founding father Alexander Hamilton. In the year 1800, Thomas Jefferson and Aaron Burr were both running for president. When the votes were counted, it was a tie. To break the tie, it was up to Hamilton. Burr and Hamilton were friends, but also enemies.
So I don't want to spend time recording all of this entire report. I think that was good enough. The first, I think this is the first 25 seconds, 23 seconds of the video. I've added graphics, I've added a lower third, I've added text, I've added a picture from the internet of Alexander Hamilton. and I've added crosses off on all these things. You can do all of that and more. So I will constantly go around and show you some of these things and how to do these things, but I want you to play around with it, get comfortable with the software, and make sure you get this down pat. I may go over some tips here and there, but for the most part, that's the basics of how to make this happen. All right. When it comes to video transitions, I can put in different video transitions. I'm gonna put in one called directional. It's called directional. It's a really clean transition if you ask me personally. So that when my stuff is transitioning from one clip to the next, it's very clean. Okay.
Hey Cougars, it's Reagan, and today we'll be talking about the election of 1800 and how it led to the death
Never
of the
fade
founding
to
father
black
Alexander
in the middle
Hamilton.
of video.
In the year 1800,
See, it looks
Thomas
very
Jefferson
clean.
and Aaron Burr were both running for president. When the votes were counted, it was a tie. To break the tie, it was up to Hamilton. Burr and Hamilton were
Very
friends, but
clean.
also enemies.
You can't see it, but I will show you in class. All right. Hopefully you guys got something out of this. This was a long video, so it was 31 minutes and 28 seconds. So hopefully you got something out of it. If not, I hope to be able to help you later. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.